Bro, be honest with me. How does it feel to look at house prices in 2026 and realize you will probably never own one? Not because you're lazy, not because you don't work hard, but because the game was rigged before you even started playing. Today I'm pissed, and you should be too. A few decades ago, a normal working person could buy a house, raise a family, and actually build wealth. Now, most people under 35 look at the housing market and feel complete despair. So what the hell happened? How did owning a home go from normal dream to luxury only for the rich? And who actually benefits from this mess? Let's start with the obvious. Prices went completely insane. In many countries, house prices have doubled or even tripled in the last 15 years, while salaries barely moved. But the real question is, why? First reason: corporations and investors took over. Big corporations and investment funds realized something brilliant. People will always need a place to live. So they started buying thousands of houses, turning them into rental properties. BlackRock, Vanguard, and other giant funds now own more single-family homes than ever before. They don't want you to own. They want you to rent forever. Because renting is a one-way cash flow machine. Second reason: banks and endless cheap credit. After 2008, central banks started printing money like crazy and kept interest rates super low for years. Who benefited the most? Investors and corporations who took massive cheap loans to buy up real estate. Regular people got screwed with higher prices, while the rich got even richer. Third reason: government policies made it worse. Zoning laws that make it illegal to build more houses. Massive immigration without building enough new homes. Politicians who get donations from real estate, developers, and banks. They talk about affordable housing, but keep doing things that make it even less affordable. Real talk. This isn't just bad luck. This is a system that slowly transferred wealth from regular working people to the top 1% and big corporations. You work 9 to 5, pay insane rent that covers someone else's mortgage, and still can't save enough for a down payment. That's not a market. That's modern financial slavery, and the consequences are brutal. Record number of young people still living with parents, delayed marriages and having kids, massive mental health problems, and burnout. A whole generation that feels completely screwed by the system. You're not just renting a house. You're renting your future. Fourth reason: the investor takeover. Now we have massive corporate landlords who own tens of thousands of single-family homes. Companies like Invitation Homes, American Homes, For Rent, and huge investment funds treat housing like stocks. They buy houses in bulk, renovate them just enough to raise the rent, and then sit back while you pay their profits every single month. Bro, think about how insane this is. Your rent isn't going to some retired couple who owns one extra house. It's going to billion-dollar funds whose only goal is to squeeze every possible dollar out of you. They even have algorithms that decide when to raise your rent. They don't want you to buy a home, because if you own it, they lose a lifelong customer. Renting forever is much more profitable for them. This isn't capitalism working properly. This is modern feudalism, where a small group of ultra-rich own the land and everyone else pays them just to exist. Fifth reason: wages are stuck while everything gets more expensive. While housing prices exploded, real wages for regular people barely grew. You work harder, get more productive, but your paycheck buys less and less every year. Inflation eats your savings before you can even put them toward a down payment. At the same time, everything else, food, energy, education, healthcare, also became more expensive. So even if you save aggressively, the goalpost keeps moving further away. What used to take 5 years to save for a house now takes 15 to 20 years. Many people just give up and accept that they'll be renters for life. Last reason: we simply stopped building enough houses. Here's another brutal truth. We're not building nearly enough new homes. NIMBYs. Not in my backyard. In rich neighborhoods, block new construction. Cities have crazy zoning laws that make it extremely difficult and expensive to build more housing. At the same time, we brought in millions of new people through immigration, but didn't build the houses to match. Result: basic supply and demand went completely out of balance. Too many people chasing too few houses equals prices go up like crazy. Governments love to talk about the housing crisis, but they keep making it harder to actually solve it. The biggest mistake you can make is to just accept the situation and stay stuck in endless renting. The second biggest mistake is waiting for the government or corporations to fix it for you. But here's the part most people miss. Yes, the system is heavily rigged against regular people. But it's not completely impossible to beat it. Some people are already escaping this trap in 2026. Some are doing house hacking, buying a multifamily house, living in one unit and renting out the others to cover the mortgage. Others move to more affordable areas or even different countries where remote work lets them live like kings compared to big cities. Some are building real wealth through online businesses, content creation, or high-income skills, instead of hoping for traditional salary plus saving. It's harder than it was for our parents, no question, but the people who understand how the game is rigged have a much better chance to win it. So drop in the comments. Are you still hoping to own a home one day, or have you already given up? If this video made you angry in a good way, and you want more real talk about how the system actually works, smash like and subscribe. We're all in this together, bro. See you in the next one.